So the first thing I want to look at is the tap washer to make sure there's no tears, rips or bits missing. And then also I want to look inside the tap. If I can get a screwdriver and point at it, this bit up here, this bit here is flat, or it should be flat. Now if I look at the tap washer and that seems to be fine or intact, there could be either a crack on this face or a chunk missing out the brass, which means it doesn't matter if I rechange the washer, I've also got to reseat the tap. If the chip or the crack or the breakage in the face of the tap is too deep and too much, it's a new tap. I can't do nothing with it. So before I even touch this, the tap gland, I'm going to reseat the tap because I can see, and what I've done here is I've put a couple of ink marks on it so we can see it. So when I polish the face up using the tap reseating tool, they should disappear. So most plumbers used to have tap reseating tools in your van. So first thing I want to do is I want to get the correct face for the tap washer. Now this one's already been put on it, so I must have done, I think, a bath tap before. So if we put them together like that, I can see the grinding face is far too big for that tap washer. So I've got to go through my kit and find out the one I need. That one's slightly bigger, and this one is, if I check it, exactly the same size as the tap washer. I would probably go for the slightly bigger one to make sure I get the whole face off it. So I put that one back. I'm going to use this one. I take off the 3/4 one, put that back in the box so I don't lose it. And this is the one I'm going to put on. But what I need to check is the thread on this acts with the thread in here. So if I look at this right away, if I take the spring off, I can see that's too big. That's not going to go on. So I've got to find the thread that goes into the tap from either one of these. They all do different sizes of taps, different types of taps. I think it's going to be this one. So I take this off, unwind it. This thread should fit directly onto the tap, hopefully, which it does. So now I know that's the correct one. So I keep that out, I put it back on, put the pole back in. That's what I'm going to twist it on with the twisting head. I'm going to put the spring back on. The spring's there for when I tighten it up, when I show you in a minute, the spring keeps a bit of pressure on the tap face. So when I grind it off, there's always a bit of even pressure on it. I'm not having to force down on it and get it uneven. I put the face on, but now I've got to make sure that face fits in this thread, which it does barely. So we're quite happy with that. So there you can see in here, the face sits onto the face of the tap with a chip on it. I can wind this up a bit, and what I need to do is, if I wind it back up to the face of the cutting face, I wind that on, hand tight, that's fine. So now I want to bring the cutting face down onto the tap reseating, the head of the tap reseating tool. I turn the top nut until, and now obviously I can't see what's in here when I'm doing it. I'm going for full. I can feel it slightly on the top. So now I don't want to twist that head, which turns the face and then grinds the face off the tap reseating tool. I close that off, and I can, this is good practice, I hold it against myself and just lock it. And then, so that's not going to go anywhere, it's not going to keep moving down as I turn it, it's fixed. All I'm going to do in the spring is going to push the cutting head on top of the tap seat. I do that. If there's a big chip in that tap, I would feel it jumping. But because the tap's okay and all I've done is drawn a line on it, I can see that's fine. So now, that's nice and loose. I've got to put it down a bit further if I can still feel that chip. So I'll loosen off the jam nut, take it back half a thread, half a turn, wind the top of it down, and then again, make sure that's fixed tight. Just start spinning the handle again. And I can see the face is grinding on top of the tap. If there's a big gouge in that or a big crack, I would keep feeling it and I would need to keep going, loosen, tighten the top one, do the same again. If we're being a bit lazy, I've got this tool, it's adapter tool. I've got to have an electric drill. I put that in the drill, and this just makes it a bit quicker. I can lock it off. So I've got a slot in here that coincides with the top of this bar, like that. So when I turn the drill on, it does it a lot quicker. The downside with that is, if I've tightened all this up too much, and I've pushed the face on too much, I can take too much off the seating. So that just makes it a bit quicker. So what I do is I don't want to go too far. I want to check it to make sure that the crack or the gouge is missing now. I'll loosen that off. I can unwind it, take the whole thing off, and now, I think Matt's going to give us a close-up at some point. I can see there's a face on it, and it's nice and shiny, and I've taken away the two ink lines that I put on. If that was a crack or a gouge in it, that hopefully, with me turning that round, pushes the face into the reseating tool, takes it down a couple of millimetres, and eventually the crack or the gouge goes. And when I see that, there's no crack, no gouge, I can put my finger in, I can take any sort of swath, any shavings off it to make it clean. So that is a tap reseating tool. That's how that works.